Hey folks, it's time for the quote of the day. And today, man, I'm telling you, like I had a rough choice. I'm not going to be happy with this one. I'm just going to warn you now. I don't expect anybody to want to watch this. This is going to be fucking disgusting. Today I'm quoting, uh, God damn it. I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm going to quote Stephen Miller today. Yeah, that's Stephen Miller. Right. Yeah, no, exactly. Right. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Okay, so originally August 23rd is a day that I would reserve for quoting Kobe Bryant. I have quoted Kobe Bryant before, but first of all, I know that every time I quote Kobe Bryant, people get very upset with me because a lot of people don't like him for particular reasons. And I haven't like necessarily forgiven and forgotten necessarily, but the dude's dead, so I kind of feel like there he did say some good things, right? Like he definitely is quotable, and his kind of Mamba mentality shit is definitely quotable, and it is sad that the way he died. So I would save normally this day for him, but he's born on the same day as Stephen Miller. Today is Stephen Miller's birthday. I don't know how old that prick is, but we're going to talk about him because at the end of the day, I believe very strongly in knowing thy enemy. I do genuinely. It's something that has served me well my entire life of being strategic and tactical in playing games for money. Knowing my enemy, knowing the person I'm playing against, knowing my opponent has always served me well. So we're going to talk about, really honestly, I think every the free people of the world's opponent is Stephen Miller. I mean, the dude is a fucking ghoul, and there is no doubt about that. So I will remind everyone, as I do every time I quote somebody that is a despicable human, just because I quote them doesn't mean I support them or like them or anything like that. I'm simply want to have a discussion about the person, about the way that they think, about something like that. So again, today is Stephen Miller's birthday, so we're going to give him his time because I think that it's important that people understand a few things about him. First of all, whenever anybody, has the take, which we all joke about, when the day comes, we're all going to party. When the day finally comes and so is gone, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody's going to have this big party, and rightfully so. Like, but, and I've made this point before, Trump really is just a figurehead at this point in time. Like he's a slimy pile of shit, and the world will be a better place without him. But really, when it comes down to is the people that he has empowered, that he has emboldened, they are as much, if not more, of a problem. The fact that the Republicans have all fallen in line behind him, the fact that they all say have the same talking points. A lot of those talking points come directly from the immense dome. And listen, I'm not nogging him on his head because I got a huge head too, but the immense noggin of Stephen Miller. And I think that, we should talk about that. We should understand that a good portion of what the things that people find objectionable, the things that when you see videos and images of them, you feel it in your heart. You're like, oh my God. Those are the things that Stephen Miller has put forward, a good portion of them. And not only that, but those are the things that he fucking cheers. I don't know if people remember in the first term, but there was still images and some video from like body cam footage and stuff of border patrol agents finding a young Mexican girl body on the side of a river after she had tried a border crossing because we had shut the border down, and she was dead on the side of a river. And this image went everywhere. And then there were images shortly after that of people were wondering a lot why this is happening, and we saw the images of families being ripped apart, separation, right, like at the border. All of this, and this is not an exaggeration, I'm not making this shit up, it's been reported by multiple outlets. All of this Stephen Miller would watch with a smile on his face, like he loved it, this because this was his thing. Now it's important to understand, I'm not being hyperbolic when I talk about this man today. I'm not making shit up. So if you disagree with the things that I'm about to say about him, then you're disagreeing with like the Southern Poverty Law Center and a lot of other like hategroup.com and things like that. Like these people track this shit. I'm not making it up. This is what he is. Stephen Miller was born in Santa Monica, California, and he went to Santa Monica High School. For those of you that know me, you know that I have a problem with a lot of things Monica related, but Stephen Miller is probably number one. And the problem with him is that from it seemingly from like a very early age, this dude was a fucking troll. Like he didn't fit in because he's seemingly always been a giant asshole. Like even though he wasn't always a racist, whatever term you want to use, whatever prefix you want to use, phobe, he's always been a giant asshole. He's always been one of those guys that was like, I'm doing it because nobody likes it. I like to do things because nobody likes to do them. Like he's always been a contrarian dickhead. And this is like from the earliest fucking records of him in all of his fucking classmates and shit have said this about him. I'm not making this shit up. You can go look up the fucking YouTube videos and see him in high school just being a giant pile of shit and saying some of the most just disgusting shit you can imagine. The dude is an avowed fucking racist. He is. I'm not making it up. This is what he is. That's actually how he got so popular. That's how he got onto Trump's cabinet, was his anti fucking Muslim, anti-immigration stance that he would put forward in places like Breitbart with the help of his very out and proud buddy Richard Spencer at Duke University. They would go around and they would have their conservative is what they called it, but it was really just racist meetups. Conservatism in these groups is just code word for bring your white hood. And I'm not making it up. I'm not lying to you. This is factual information. So, yeah, I mean, maybe they don't actually have a white hood, but you understand it's the same fucking thing, right? Even if you don't wear the goddamn hood, if you have that white nationalist shit in your heart, if you believe that somehow your fucking culture is better than somebody else's culture, then you're a fucking bigot. And I think that it's important that we make sure that we say that. He is a fucking bigot, and he is a horrifying person. The fact that I'm even considering, or the fact that I even considered quoting him is a mark of shame for me. But again, I think that we need to understand that it's not just the guy, it's not just the head of the fucking snake in this case. It's people like Stephen Miller. When we oust Trump, we have to make sure that we silence. Now, I'm not saying hurt him, obviously, but that we silence people like Stephen Miller. There is something about hearing contrary opinions. There's another thing about just spreading hatred and vitriol into this world, and that's all he has ever done. There's not a point in time. And the worst part about him is that he does all these things as this slimy little fucking yes man, the fucking Grima Wormtongue of fucking American politics. And he's like, oh, Trump, tell him this. Ugh. Like you can just fucking hear him. Like he's like a fucking like filthy fucking disgusting vampire who only sucks the blood from like insects or something. Like he's absolutely awful as a human being. And I honestly, I could probably do 10 minutes. I mean, I think I have actually, just talking about what a horrifying fucking piece of shit he is. But this is the quote of the day video. So I guess we'll get to that. Stephen Miller once said, with a straight face, might I add, everything that is wrong with this country today, the people who are opposed to Donald Trump are responsible for. I had to look, give me some credit here. I had to actually look for something that, first of all, was symbolic of him, that wasn't like going to get the video taken down for me saying something horrifying and racist. This is actually pretty tame. Like a lot of the shit that he has said has been absolutely fucking disgusting. This is just mind-numbingly stupid, not absolutely disgusting. So I had to dig. Now, he does say a lot of like kind of not important shit, but this is something that actually is important because he really does believe this. He really does believe that everything that is wrong with the country today, the people who are opposed to Donald Trump are responsible for. So if you're opposed to Donald Trump, as far as you're concerned, you're Stephen Miller's enemy. You're an enemy of the American country. He said that. And so is Donald Trump. Doesn't it make you proud? So fuck Stephen Miller for his birthday. And please, the rest of you, take care of yourself. Take care of others. I'll talk to you soon.